Uh, test the chat. And looks like the chat's working. Alright. Oh, well, hold on. I gotta actually change something. Alright. Let's see. Let's try this again. Alright. Let's see. So far, as far as I can tell, everything's up and running. Alright. Here's something I'm going to change. This double volume thing, we're going to have that. Let's see, I'm just worried about being, if the music's too loud or my voice isn't coming through very well. Alright. As we left off, made it back to the defender's hearts, saved, let's see, we saved the storyteller, basically found all the Azada followers. Not sure what else there is to do at the moment. Oh right, I gotta go to the Tower of Estrad. Hmm? Hmm? Right. Wait. I thought I did all of this already. Yeah, I did. Lawful. Yeah, I remember I chose the lawful choice last time. I already spoke to everybody here. So we're gonna speed this along. They asked for help. Okay. I thought I saved after that, but alright. So, for a lot, but it doesn't matter. There's danger, there's hope. Back in the barn. Straight and narrow now. Is that right? Darren, storyteller, Ember. I didn't talk to any of these party members yet. Oh yeah, and Ninio. Alright. Ninio. Boy, I'm so close to you. Alright, you know what? I don't really care about Ninio. We're gonna skip through most of our dialogue this time around. Let's see. Nations. Special delights. Effusively. Ruins. Makes this special. Then there's a whole lot. There's a lot of dialogue that I would never get. Like, last time I tried to indulge in too much dialogue, it takes a long time. This playthrough, I'm gonna try to skip over a lot. Unless it's like, I'm just trying to get all the alignment choices. Let's see. Go. Rhyme. Quickly say any word and I'll try to find where right away. Okay. Science. Twin thinkers make alliance, show the fire. Best rhymes. Sure. Like when you call me boy, my name is Alucard. On the grand scale of world history, your name is irrelevant. Reason to remember it. Whatever. See, but you remember your own name, right? Let me say I know what to put for the author's name in the encyclopedia. Any names worth remembering? There are, and not too many of them. Alright, well, moving on. It's an interesting way of looking at things. Tell me about yourself. Yeah, no. Most of this we're going to skim over. Oh. There's a memory. Your origins, knowing nothing. It's terrible. I admire the capabilities of your memory. Oh, give me a moment. I do have to do something real quick. Hey, tormented salad. Give me a moment. I gotta check some stuff. What's going on? It's fine, just mentally preparing myself to try and do some more Mega Savage attempts later. Well, best of luck. I'm almost done with what I have to take care of. Alright, I'm back. Seems like I shouldn't actually skip the dialogue. It's basically trying to check in with the one person that wanted me to do this run through that I agreed to. And if they wanted me to skip, if they were okay with me skipping some dialogue. And it's like, no. So, here we go. Yeah, what's on? Got 3 clears. Far, I need 8 tickets total. 3 for the set of armor, 3 for the female set, 1 for each of the Omega weapons. Oh, the Monster Hunter Final Fantasy event thing, crossover event. Got it. Okay, I did that already. Now to actually read this dialogue. 5 more clears at most. Alright, then you should have it. You should be done by today then, right? It's possible to get 2 tickets and 1 clear. Yeah, so 5. Like, just assume your luck isn't going to be like, perfect. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Boy, I am pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safety and... Oh, hold on. Okay. Well, that aside, now I'm ready. Right. Down today, unless I get a string of really capable groups. You might. There's a good chance that everybody who wants to clear the event wants to be good at it, so you might be able to clear it. Now, let's see if I can remember her voice. Boy, I am pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safety, and that's exactly what you did. Indeed, having a follower to aid me is most efficient and, frankly, pleasing. With you on hand, I shall conquer new horizons, plumb the depths of knowledge hitherto unknown, and scale the dizzying heights of nature of future discoveries. Ninio stops to catch her breath. What I mean is, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude. I foresee immense potential in our future cooperation. Alright, happy to help. Hand in hand, we will unravel the greatest mysteries inaccessible to the minds of ordinary people. Just imagine it. I leading the way, proudly staring into the faces of the gods themselves, and you, my loyal follower, walking behind me every step of the way, writing down my deepest thoughts and admiring the profundity of my intellect. If we hold hands, you won't be able to go in front of me and lead the way. You are the catalyst which, when it reacts with my intellect, will allow the latter to grasp the very essence of the universe itself. Do you always express your delight so effusively? What? Who are you? Ninio stares at you for a while, bewilderment in her eyes. But then it is replaced by recognition. Oh yes, my new follower. So what am I supposed to do? Oh yes, I must provide some verbal encouragement for your as yet modest achievements, and try to induce you to strive for more of such encouragement. That is the principle that underpins any training. She frowns, but only for an instant. Ah, yes. I see. Your modest nature was unsettled by the overabundance of my gratitude. I do apologize for putting you in such an awkward position. I will never praise you again unless I forget. But let's get back to the business at hand. Your new assignment will be to take me to the inconspicuous ruins that are located in an even more inconspicuous valley lying between Canabris and Dresden, as soon as is reasonably practical. I'll mark the place on your map with a large red cross so you won't forget it. Nameless ruins been revealed. Right. What's so special about these ruins near Canabris? I'm glad you asked. This is my greatest hypothesis, my secret project, and I won't pass up the opportunity to share it with you, because you are my most loyal follower, and you are worthy of possessing such knowledge. Ninio rubs her nose. And also because you are the first person to ever ask me about it. Some time ago, I was walking around the border of the Worldling, and I met a strange person. He was wearing a frayed gray robe, and his face was hidden behind an odd white mask. Of course, I didn't miss the opportunity to ask him about the reasons for his absurd appearance. And do you know what he said to me? He said, I am the answer, but what is the question? Then he walked off in the direction of the world room. The next day, after I had already forgotten about the first encounter, I had another similar encounter. This time I met an elven woman. Judging by the pointy ears sticking out from behind the mask, I am the answer, but what is the question? She said before taking off toward the world room. And then I realized. Everything became clear to me. I know a mystery when I see one. Consider this one of my myriad talents. Ninio rubs the tip of her nose. After all these geysers weren't simply on their way to a costume party, were they? After examining several maps, I determined that they were all heading in one direction, to a place not far from Canabris, a place which is marked as nameless ruins, even on ancient Zarkorian maps. That's where I need to go. Unraveling the secret of that place will be my greatest discovery. It will secure my place in history, or perhaps even in legend. How do you know where we have to go? Do you know how to find a beehive in a forest? You need to catch 2 bees, then set them free in 2 different locations in the forest. And remember the directions they fly in. Then you take a map and draw a line showing the bees' routes. The place where the lines intersect will mark the location of the beehive. Fascinating, yes? By the way, forest bees do not make any honey. Ninio sighs. I used the beehive principle here too. For a couple of months, I tracked the strange people in the mass and observed the direction in which they were traveling. I collected the coordinates, mapped their estimated routes, and made a discovery. All the routes intersected at the nameless ruins not far from Canabris. What do you expect to find here? I haven't the slightest idea. If I knew what was hidden there, I wouldn't be so eager to go. These ruins aren't very far from Canabris. You could easily get there all by yourself. Why do you need me? Ninio's eyes seemed ready to pop out of their sockets in surprise. Don't you see? This is a legendary secret place. Who knows what may happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover the workings of the universe? My mortal body may be unable to contain all that knowledge. Or perhaps I will ascend and become equal to the gods themselves? I need you to write down everything that happens and report my fate to the interested parties in Absalom. And don't forget to praise me as I deserve while you're there. You know, these ruins of yours may turn out to be just that, ruins. Ninio shrugs. In that case, we'll write this experiment off as a failure and start another one. I don't know which experiment I'll try next. That's all I wanted to know about your task. Well, now you know, so off we go. Ninio frowns. Did I just make a rhyme? Perhaps I've discovered poetic talent in myself. Let's conduct an experiment. Quickly, say any word and I'll try to find a rhyme for it right away. Science. That's when thinkers make alliance. Intellectual defiance. Not the best rhymes, don't you think? Well, this experiment was unsuccessful. We learned that I have no poetic talent after all. Ninio sighs. But it's no reason to despair. Having a gift of poetry in addition to my inexhaustible intelligence would have been a little too much. Besides, I am catastrophically busy and have no time to spend on writing poetry. I don't like it when you call me boy. My name is Alucard. On the grand scale of world history, your name is irrelevant. I have no reason to remember it. You see, the brain of any given individual can contain only a limited amount of facts. I only expend expend my memory on things that are truly important. The laws of thermodynamics, divine esoterica, planar geography, things that will lead Galarian to a brighter future. Ninio rubs her nose. Besides, if I make a great discovery, but I won't be able to remember it because my memory is full of outdated or useless information. What a nightmare that would be. What a loss for the whole of Galarian. But you do remember your own name, right? Only so I know what to put down for the author's name in my encyclopedia. Are there any names worth remembering? There are, and to my deepest regret, there are too many of them. Ninio heaves a sigh that would befit a grief-stricken old man. The names of gods and demigods, the names of rulers, conquerors, and other persons, by some reason deemed great by the people of Galarian. They etched their names into history, and alas, every self-respecting, educated person must know them. But there are some names I am happy to remember. Great scientists, some of them divine, others mortal. True keepers of knowledge and great experimentalists. The pioneers of knowledge, Aurori, Nephthys, Aureliu Vorflesh. Aurori, also known as... Oh no, I already read this guy. Nephthys. Also known as the All-Seeing Eye, is a Garandi god who holds knowledge and magic above all things. He gained enough power to witness all things, and this both fueled his divinity and shattered his mind. He is a god of magic, torn between destroying the world with one hand and saving it with the other. Thanks for the follow. Them. Cool. Alright. Aureliu Vorflesh opened the world woman. She's the betrayer of humanity. It's her fault the demons invaded Galarian. Hold on. Admiring Aureliu Vorflesh is going too far, don't you think? Still too good. I didn't expect you to mention Aureliu Vorflesh. Interesting. Yeah. You think so? She is the greatest of the greatest. Just imagine. She managed to open up a rift from Galarian to the Abyss. No one knew how. No one believed it possible. No one even dreamed of such a thing. And she just did it. It was the experiment of the century. Ninio wipes a tear from her eye. I would have been so happy if I could have been in her place. Of course, some part of Galarian's population died as a result of her experiment, and the Crusaders are still wrestling with its consequences to this day, but the very essence of what Aureliu managed to do was a breakthrough of cosmic significance, both figuratively and literally. Sooner or later, the world wound will be closed, peace will return to Galarian. As for the victims of the ongoing war, they will be remembered as unfortunate but unavoidable sacrifices made at the altar of science. Ninio blinks at you, perplexed. Were we talking about something? Tell me about yourself. I am an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the Encyclopedia Galarianomica, and rector of all Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. Ninio speaks in one breath, as if reeling off a practiced monologue. That information should be enough to satisfy your curiosity. because I doubt I will be able to tell you more than that. Where are you from? That information is irrelevant. I've decided to forget it. How did you become a scientist? That information is irrelevant. I've decided to forget it. You have a circle tattooed on your arm, on your shoulder. What does it mean? Ninio casts a sidelong glance at her shoulder. Oh, that. I do not remember the circumstances of its creation, but I like it. I prefer to think of it as a zero, null, nothing. A center point and origin of coordinates. It reminds me how much of the unknown world there is to explore. That's a good answer. Don't you remember how you got this tattoo? That information is irrelevant. I've decided to forget it. How can you just decide to forget important pieces of information? This is just one of my many talents. The secret is to stop thinking about the thing that you want to forget. And the main thing is not to remember anything you don't need. To filter it. To get right to the essence. I'll teach you someday, unless I forget. What is this encyclopedia you're working on? The Encyclopedia of Galerianica. Man, that's gonna be hard to say. Will be published in 100 volumes, 1,000 pages each, plus the author's addenda, appendices added by future co-authors, and critical commentaries. Addenda indexation is still in question. Ninio looks slightly embarrassed. I just like the number 100, but I'm not sure I'll be able to keep it within the established word limit. It will be a magisterial piece of scholarship that will become a part of the mandatory curriculum of every educational institution worth mentioning. In it, I intend to describe every object, item, event, fact, and personality that is present on, or at least somehow related to Galarian. My calculations show that I have completed no more than 1% of this monumental book. Do you remember your parents, your past, or is that all irrelevant too? All of it is irrelevant on the grand scale of world history. I have no reason to remember such things. I admire your capabilities of your memory. Forgetting your origins. You know what? Yeah, I'm vampire born. There would obviously be some pride in it. Forgetting your origins, knowing nothing about who you are and where you are from, that's terrible. Ninio stays silent and gives you a puzzled look. What? What were we talking about? I'll stop torturing you with questions for now. What were we talking about? I'd like to clarify a few things about your new task. Your craving for knowledge will be immediately satisfied. Ask away. Actually, no, I already asked all that. That's all I wanted to know. Kick her out of the party. I have to go. Ninio produces a crumpled piece of paper from her sleeve and takes some notes on it. This conversation lasted approximately 5 minutes. She lifts her chin. By the way, did you know that is the exact same amount of time the Inquisitors of Canabras need to find the defendant guilty? But to shake off Inquisitors chasing you takes 5 times as long. That experiment proves that running while clad in heavy armor is not burdensome for them at all. He doesn't have anything new to say. How much money do I have? Right. Right. First things first, we'll go talk to Woljif and sell all the stuff. Okay. Weight. All the heaviest stuff's gotta go first. If there was anything I actually wanted the party to have, I would have equipped it already. If I gave the Crypt Raider armor to somebody already. Only one shield needs to be sold. Oh, right. Bulk selling. Let me just double check something here. Oh yeah, see that has the Mithril heavy shield. She doesn't need this anymore. Alright. Anything else worth selling? The Cold Iron Masterwork Longswords can go. The Bastard Sword can go. Masterwork Scimitar. Well, don't need the hoard. I'm not hoarding books this time either. I don't think I need to hold on to a book after I gain the perk from it. But just in case, I won't sell them. Is there anything else? Honestly, I don't need to sell the scrolls. They don't weigh a lot, so. I don't plan on ever using this sickle. Sickle of Falter, so I can just sell it. Let's see, what else? Short bow of code. Do I plan on having anyone use this? +1 against chaotic creatures. The wicked longbow. I'm trying to think who could I equip this with? No, what's her name? Urushale might be able to make some use out of this. Alright, I'll save the wicked longbow then. Don't know if there's anybody who could make use out of the short bow of code though, so I'll sell that. The Bard Decimation. Constitution damage only on a crit. Crits on 19 or 20. Now I'll sell it. So the padded armor focus. +1 hide armor. Okay. That's it for what I'll sell. Yeah. Now for what to buy. Chin slip. Star knife. Outside these potions of cure light wounds. Let's see. Nope. Scroll of explosion rot. Explosion of rot. Let's see. Sure, I'll get it. Oh wait, no, I already have this in my spellbook. Let's see, what else is there? Nope. The Gnome Hooked Hammer of Discipline. I don't want to waste too much money on certain items. Mostly because I plan on replacing a lot of the party members with the Lich party members. Alright. Alright, the booze. I don't need to save any of this. Let's see, anything else? All this can be used for cooking. Just double checking. Yeah, none of the alcohol can be used for cooking, so there's no point holding it. It's basically just flavor text items. That doesn't let you sell it. Throwing axe. Do I plan on anyone using a throwing axe? No. Oh wait, Greyboar might be able to. Alright, we'll keep it in case for Greyboar's sake. Rapier. Outside of Camellia, there's no one that really uses that. Alright. That's it. Alright. Let's see. Is there anything to say about the air bath? Oh. I thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Canobus, even though not all of them deserve to be saved. May Iomade forgive my words. Erebeth casts a meaningful look at Count Arende, sitting at a nearby table. I don't really mean that, of course. I just never fail to be astounded by the way that good people seem to perish, while the not-so-good proves to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. What's your problem with Dayren? Is there bad blood between you two? Oh no, it's nothing like that. I think he dislikes all paladins equally. But the real question is, who does he like? Only his hangers-on, I'd wager. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendez. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular villainy either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure surrounded by a gaggle of sycophants who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. He likes settling scores, too. There was a hero of the First Crusades, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. After the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to the younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him about his idle lifestyle and a lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. And of course, he didn't keep his little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it, because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish at the travesty that had been made of her friend's legacy. That's what our Count is like as a person. And as for his talent for survival, do you know the story of Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when the demons unleashed a magical plague at the Arinde estate. Could you tell me more about the events at Heaven's Edge? I don't know all the details. It happened a while ago, back when I was a mercenary and had nothing to do with Canopus. I only know that there was a grand feast in honor of Daren's birthday, and all his relatives were invited along with a few other distinguished guests. Everyone died from a mysterious disease someone had unleashed on the estate, including the servants, the guards, and a number of clerics and paladins. But the young Count survived, because of his healing ability, I suppose. Daren does possess an unusually brilliant talent, even if the application of his skills leaves much to be desired. Erebeth scowls. Why is he trying to provoke the Queen? Who knows? It could be some family matter. The Count is Her Majesty's cousin twice removed or something like that. But I think he simply enjoys infuriating people. Crusaders and Iomede's servants especially. Thank you for telling me all this. My pleasure. I'm sorry you had to endure my grumbling. Watching these things happen to my city has put me in a foul mood. I found Jenna Eldori like you asked. Yes, thank you. It's good to have her back. We need every fighter we can get. Erebeth frowns. I suppose it's asking too much to want fighters that are sober as well. I have to go. Go, may Iomade keep you safe. And that's it for her. I thought I'd get an experience point reward or something. Anyone have anything new to say? No. For all the items I sold, I'll write this. Are you alright? Abadar willing, we'll hold out here until the army arrives. Whenever I sleep outside the walls of the Defender's Heart, I'm plagued by terrible dreams. Can you help me? The priest studies your face carefully. You look tired, but otherwise entirely healthy. If we were anywhere else, I would simply tell you to get some rest. But we are on the border of the World Wound, and I'm all too aware of what's happening to you. As you know, the wound is a rift between Galarian and the Abyss, and all the evil that feeds the Abyss does the opposite in our world. It feeds on Galarian. So it is that even when we cannot see demons near us, our ultimate foe, the Abyss, is always surrounding us. Many soldiers fighting in the World Wound experience similar things. They suffer terrible nightmares, get no peace, and sometimes even lose their minds. But we are trained to help you with this affliction. By the will of Abadar, I have consecrated an altar here. The god's grace permeates the space around it, soothing one's soul and quieting thoughts during rest. So if you find your nerves are fraying, seek out a holy place like this, approach it, and all the corruption will be cleansed from you. Tell me again about the Abyss corruption. He just repeats himself. Oh, hold on. I do want to see what he's selling. Okay. Plenty of scrolls, usable items. I'm not sure how important it would be to get those. Plus 2 bracers of armor. The problem with bracers of armor is since I'm already using mage armor, they clash, so I don't really get the benefit from that. The plus 3 Arcana check would be neat. Ring of Powerful Blood Magic is for Blood Ragers. Daredevil Boots for using mobility checks in battle. Guardian of Life needs me to have 2 of them before it really becomes useful. Right? No, I'm thinking of a different item. Maybe I should get this. It helps against fighting undead. What's everybody wearing? He's already got that. These bracers are helping. Nothing for him. Could get for Waldif, but he's already got plus 2 bracers. He's not gonna make knowledge arcana checks. By comparison to someone with an intelligence build. Yeah, no. Wait, Ninio. Ninio can use this. Okay. Flexion, but oh wait. No, Ninio's also using mage armor. Never mind. No one's really benefiting from this gear. Well, I could get the The ring and the natural armor amulet. Huh? I took off Camelia's armor. Right, she was over encumbered at the time. Well, I'll just give her the crypt armor. She can wear it. Alright, yeah. Problem solved. Let's see, what else? Give... Yeah. Bracelets of armor, or bracelets of the wizard can be ignored. I think that's it. Guardian of Life is an amulet. They have a single use, cure wounds, target. This doesn't come up until you can get Death Ward. Well, no, that's the first effect. Single target cure wounds spell. I guess. I don't know. Alright. The party as is. I guess give it to Woljif. Nah, I'll give it to Windwalk. She can use these better. There. Alright. Fall that out the way. Let's see. Save so I don't have to do all that over again. Storyteller. Right. The blind elf looks better than he did in your last encounter. His clothes are clean and his pale face has some color. The elf turns to you and listens closely. Is that you, my savior? I recognize your footsteps. Determined footsteps befitting a determined person. Allow me to thank you again for saving me. Please accept this humble gift as a token of my appreciation. The elf hands you a small black ring with 2 scarlet runes on it. Irabeth has explained why you were looking for me. I warned the authorities of Canabris that the local wardstone had been desecrated. They waved off my warning and paid for their inaction. I have examined many wardstones, but only in the one guarding Canabris did I sense a flaw. A spot of corruption inside, a vulnerability the demons will surely use. They are able to spread the blight inside the wardstone, corrupt it, and make it their weapon. It frightens me to think what it will be capable of. The wardstone must be destroyed. Who are you and why did they let you examine the wardstone? The elf smiles faintly. I am the storyteller. Just an old elf, and a bit more. I am old even for an elf. I've seen many things and I have been to many places. Not so long ago I witnessed the making of a young kingdom in the Stolen Lands, led by a remarkable and promising individual. My advice on the complicated matter of conquering those lands proved useful to that leader. That is not uncommon for me. Some seek my advice or services, and I don't refuse. This is how I acquired my reputation as an old vagrant who's never hurt anyone, stayed out of others' squabbles, but sometimes gave good advice. I had a few friends in Nerosian who vouched for my integrity. This is why my humble request to be allowed to see the wardstones was granted. I visited all of them, but only found cause for alarm in Canabras. Do you wield some special magic power, some instinct? The storyteller chuckles. Yes, to a certain extent, but it is more of a gift. I can see the past, stories that have happened. I touch an object and shreds of its owner's memories are revealed to my mind. Their emotions, passions, and tragedies. I see visions like I am them, and their stories happen to me. This is my power. I've been roaming the world gathering such stories for many thousands of years. One day I will gather them all. What blight is concealed in the wardstone? I'm afraid I don't have the answer to your question. To understand the nature of this blight, we need to understand how the wardstone was created, and it is hidden from me. I can only guess. Have you heard of the Red Morning Massacre? A dreadful morning remembered with fear even by those not yet born at the time. A demoness called Minago invaded the city with a crowd of her followers and started to do what demons do best, kill and desecrate. They say they covered the wardstone with pieces of dead bodies, splashed it with blood from top to bottom. Could such an abomination darken the radiance of the gift of Iomade herself? The locals think this is impossible, but who knows? It was not the last attack. Many demon leaders brought their unholy forces here, even the terrifying Baylor Karamzada. Their attacks were rebuffed, but they still reached their target. I think this is when the seed of corruption was planted in the stone. It wouldn't have grown on its own, but the Skari himself has now come to take advantage of this weakness, to open the abscess and that has been festering for years, unnoticed by the people of Canopus. And when the demon lord struck the blow, the weakened stone gave in. Now it's in demon hands, and nothing is stopping them from spreading the blight throughout the entire stone, and from it to the other stones along the whole perimeter of the world. Why did you travel to the wardstones? I tried to see their stories. The visions I had when I touched the wardstones were unclear. I saw hundreds, maybe thousands of different stories at the same time. They followed each other like flashes of lightning. It was impossible to separate them. I couldn't understand where one of them ended and the next began. I have heard you, storyteller. In that case, you must make every possible effort to destroy the corruption. Unfortunately, I don't know where to get an instrument powerful enough to banish it from the wardstone. As far as I know, there is nothing like it in Canabras, but the demons might have something. I heard the dying roar of Terendelev, the silver dragon, the protector of the city, at the same time. I felt a wave of unfamiliar power sweep over me from head to toe. I would advise you to go to where Terendelev perished and search there for something. I'm sorry I can't be more specific, but intuition and a strange sense of rightness tell me to point you there. Present the purple stone knife. I found it in the square where Terendelev perished. What do you make of it? The storyteller reaches out and says softly, "Even from here I can feel strange energies emanating from this object. If you don't mind, I will examine it. Using my method, I will try to see the past of its owner, their emotions, and shreds of their memories. Maybe it'll help us better understand what we are dealing with." The storyteller touches the knife, his fingers clamping around the hilt with a hungry, masterful grip. His face contorts into an evil grimace, his voice disgustingly raspy. Hunger. My many legs bring me into the lair to my mother's feasting hall. Her swollen body overfilled with food is so huge that I have to look at it with all my eyes at once. On top of her scrawny little head, with a long beak that is always yearning for more food. You feel feverish, and your chest, where the mysterious wound is concealed, feels hot. Your mind is flooded with a wave of visions that repeat the words of the old elf. Mother greets me with a placid screech. Stupid, greedy wretch, whose only achievement is my birth. A creeping, wingless creature. It's your fault I have no wings. A symbol of greatness, a birthright I should have received from my mighty father. Mother Prophet points me to a crowd of whimpering subjects, suggesting I fortify myself with their pathetic flesh. Not today. I summon my spawn and they fly to me, enveloping me in a teeming cloud. Like dark buzzing wings, they unfold behind my back and lift me up. Mother has always been stronger, but she did not expect this. I dive on her and rip her limp, bloated body with my claws. Ichor splatters, the bone spurs on my heels sink into her flesh. I clench her pitiful tiny head and tear it off, along with the shreds of meat. Victory! I am the strongest. I am the son of the winged father. The elf grimaces. His distaste. His voice becomes normal again. Appalling. Stories like that are the most difficult ones to keep with me. Did this knife belong to a demon? The storyteller opens his mouth to answer, but a sudden spasm crosses his face. A new vision, a much stronger one, engulfs the old elf. The malevolent undertones vanish from his voice as it grows more determined and tired. Even looking at the wardstone is difficult. Despite the corruption nestling in it, it still has an aura of strength. Your fingers clench the stone hilt so tight it hurts. A little spot on the flawless surface of the wardstone draws your attention. It looks like a butterfly, corruption in the guise of something utterly harmless. But it will grow. You swing and stab the butterfly with the knife as hard as you can. Your fingers cramp painfully. A howl invades your ears. Light. White light everywhere. The stone knife falls from the old elf's hand. Out of breath, he drops to his knees. He is trembling, the terror on his face, so unlike his usual dignified manner. What was that? That was not the past. That was something that is yet to happen, or rather might happen. One of the roads to the future. In one of the possible futures, this item will help you to cleanse the wardstone, or to destroy it. You feel a longing to take the stone chisel and plunge it into your chest, right into the wound that has opened up in it. It is hard to resist this feeling, but at the last moment, your self-preservation instinct takes over, and you manage to keep control of your own hands. The old man stands up. He looks completely stunned. Never before has anything like this happened to me. But now, I am not an oracle or a prophet. Or is this another riddle from the past that has caught up with me? I must find out. Seeing stories that have happened is one thing, but seeing stories that are yet to happen. I don't know why this is happening now, but there is one thing I'm sure of. This is not a coincidence. This is a sign of coming changes, great changes. Alright. I shared your vision and this knife tempted me. Did you see what I saw? This has never happened before. Could it be the magic of the object that you brought me? I sense dark energies in it that can cloud and charm the mind. But be careful with this item. It may have tried to influence you, but you managed to overcome its power and subdue it. Or perhaps something else happened to us. Something we don't yet understand. Can you see the future? I don't know. Obviously I can, but nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The future never opened its secrets to me before I met you. Gods, where are you? Who are you, and why have our paths crossed? I feel this is not coincidence. Something momentous is happening. Destiny is pushing us towards something. But what? Questions without answers. I swear, this morning I couldn't have imagined what awaited me. Maybe it's the knife that gives you the power of divination. This knife is a powerful artifact, but I feel that its power is is of a different nature. No, I felt the same as I do when I felt the past. This is my gift, but manifested in a completely abnormal way. Is what you saw destined to happen? No. The future is not set. It used to be. A long time ago, when the god Eredin guarded Golarion. But not now. Prophecies do not come true. Or they do, but not the way they were supposed to. I only saw one version of the future, one of the paths leading to it. But the choice has not been made, and our destinies are not set in stone. Who were you in your vision? I don't know. Someone strong and desperate enough to resort to extreme measures. I felt what I was doing had to be done. Your powers are amazing. A few minutes ago, I would have agreed with you, but the thing that has just happened, it disturbs me. My gift has never manifested like this. Something has changed, and these changes frighten me. Right. Remind me... Oh, remind me, why is it so important to cleanse the wardstone of corruption? Yeah, okay, yeah, he's already said this. Alright. Storyteller. Please examine the items I'm carrying. Perhaps some of them could tell us a story. The storyteller nods politely. Let me touch them, and I'll tell you what I can see. The old elf carefully takes Yaniel's sword radiance. Powerful forces lie dormant in this sword. It used to belong to an incredibly bright and daring soul. The storyteller's hand runs carefully over the scale that has still not lost its shine. Proud to Rendelev, protector of Canobris. You devoted your life to serving people. Your death is a great loss, but maybe I will be able to find out something about you that is unknown to your many admirers. The storyteller's hand touches Finian. What a peculiar weapon. I sense intelligence in it, but it seems dented. Haha, Grandpa Elf, watch where you're poking your fingers, it tickles. The elf looks at you with unusual impatience. Shall we? Present the stone knife. Tell me about its previous owner. No, he already said all this. Yep. Alright, so there's nothing new to gain from any of this. Radiance. Oh, no, there is something new there. The storyteller touches the blade with his finger. Sadness rings in his voice. Dresden is doomed. Demons attacked right when we lost the protection of the Sword of Valor. My city, my bastion of hope. We built you as a symbol that the lands mutilated by the abyss could still be restored to mortals. Now you are perishing, and there is nothing I can do. We retreat. No, we flee. A frightened crowd rushes out into the night through the southern gate. They are chased by the angry howls of demons, killing the last defenders of the citadel. My heart goes out to them, but I am standing still on the wall. I am covering the retreat. Demons do not attack. They seethe around you. Fall from the sky, strike from all sides at once. They can't be stopped, but they can be distracted. I run to the upper floor of the gate tower. Radiance glows with a golden light in my hands. I permit myself to close my eyes for just one heartbeat. I imagine that the soft glimmering of the sword I see through my closed eyelids is the light of the summer sun. I smile. I open my eyes and call out, Hey, Discari Spawn! Who wants the best trophy of the night? You know my name, Yaniel. You know how many of you I have killed with this very hand. You want to curry favor with Derazan, Minago, or the echo of your lord? Bring them my head if you can. Roaring and screaming, they rush toward me in a wave of deformed bodies and unfurled wings. The wave crashes against me, splattering my armor with bloody froth. Broken wings and chopped up bodies plummet to the foot of the tower. In the heat of battle, I see Joran's pale face down there. He looks up at me in desperation, but he can't help. He's carrying 2 wounded on his shoulders. My city will fall, but my friends will survive. This is what I am fighting for. I am covering the retreat. The flow of fleeing people gradually dwindles. My armor is broken in many places, and I cannot heal my wounds anymore. The last demon I stabbed with radiance suddenly recoils, tearing the handle out of my blood-sickened hand. He flies up but falls somewhere far behind the walls, by the road being taken by those fleeing. No more golden glow in my hands. The night closes in on me, filled with shrieking, mocking demon laughter. Dresden, I'm dying with you. Light of the sword, righteous Iomade, accept my soul. The storyteller runs his hand along the blade with a sad smile. I know whose memory this is. I've heard about her so many times. Yanio was a true crusader. Touching her memory is so cleansing. Do you see the future of this sword? Just one of numerous possibilities. The blind elf touches the sword hilt, and metal rings in his voice. I slid out of the sheath quickly. I slide out of the sheath swiftly. I proudly watch the army of warriors led by my lord. I sing, slashing the air, putting courage in their hearts. I am radiance. Tremble, city of Dresden. My lady Yaniel has perished, but I am not done yet. Charge! The storyteller returns the sword to you. It is nice to know that this sword's glory days are not over. It has many battles ahead. Take care of it. It is a glorious sword. Show Turendalev's scale to the storyteller. Tell me about Turendalev. The storyteller takes a deep breath and smiles. I am flying. I can finally spread my wings. I am gliding over a broad river. The sunset has turned its surface smooth like a mirror, and I see my reflection. It is as if another silver dragon is rising to meet me from the depths. But what is it? The scales in my chest are black, and the darkness is spreading over my body. I wake up. A clear sky sways above me, blazing with heat. I am in human form. The red dust of the wound clings to my cracked lips. Someone is carrying me on a stretcher made of shields and spears. I am so weak I can barely lift my hand to my face. The sight of my own hand terrifies me. It is black and the skin glistens like scales melted by fire. I probably ought to cry, but I only feel hatred and nausea. All these people around me, out of sympathy for them did I choose to leave the mountains. I gave up my flights over rivers. I went to the demon's lair. They don't have a scratch on them, but I am infected with foulness. It's not fair. My life is more precious than their pathetic existence. Oh, how I hate them in this moment. And then I suddenly feel shame. No, no. These are not my thoughts. The crusaders carrying me are my good friends. I am glad they did not suffer. But I hate them and myself so much. Pain and hatred pierce me all at once. It is all because of them. All because of them. Someone walked beside me, touches me, talks to me, but the only thing I hear is, your mentor. He will come. He will help. And I lose consciousness. The storyteller takes a deep breath, exiting the vision. Such hatred from Turendalev? Wasn't she on our side? Turendalev has come a long way. Her unit was ambushed by demons once, and she was infected with foulness. The Turendalev you met in Canabris has gone through many trials and regained her former purity. What happened next? The storyteller puts his hand on his forehead. Sometimes the past can be as vague as the future. We all know how Terendilev's story ended. But the beginning is hidden from us. Maybe if you find something else that used to belong to her, we will know more about her struggle. However, no matter what we learn, remember, her soul, the soul of a true dragon, overcame every obstacle, endured every torment. She was able to purify herself, for dragons are truly powerful, not only in body, but in spirit too. Show Finian, tell me what you see. Hello, Grandpa Elf. The storyteller carefully takes Finian from your hands. Hello, Finian. He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. His face contorts into a painful grimace. I'm coming to again. How long have I been here? They kept me in a cage for 3 days. I know this because 3 times the light under the door disappeared for a long time. Then they chained me to the table, and the bladesmith, everyone calls him the bladesmith, he placed a device with a jar over me. It feels like I'm being fried. At first I tried to break free, but I got tired, then I screamed, but now I've lost my voice. Though the pain is burning right through me. The storyteller stops. His voice changes, becoming more frightened. I think I lost consciousness again. But when I woke up, the pain was gone, and I wasn't tired. And I wasn't tied to the table anymore. I was standing near it, and someone else was lying on the table, a burned corpse, covered with a black crust. The master took out a handsaw and was sawing off his head in a very focused way. I should have run back then, but I couldn't for some reason. This burned corpse had a symbol on it, on his belt, just like I do. An eye and a star. My favorite belt, a good one. Where would a stranger get one? It must have been someone from my clan. Some distant family member. The storyteller stops. When he speaks again, you hear only a muffled whisper. Those crusaders. I was glad when I saw them. I thought they'd come to help, but how? How was it that I killed them all? Someone told me to, and I obeyed. I don't understand. I understand nothing now. I need to catch my breath. I need all this to stop. Even just for a moment, I just have to understand what's happening to me. Just need to rest. The storyteller shakes his head, slowly coming to his senses. That is Finian's past. But what awaits him in the future? The dead have no future, but the storyteller smiles. I can see an endless ocean on a good day, and a boat floating over the waves. I am so excited. But I don't know whose vision this is. Is it the soul existing here and now, or a soul reborn? Thank you for your story. The storyteller gives Finian back to you. Please take care of this young lad. He is finally in the right hands. Do not worsen his suffering by involving him in dishonorable deeds. Oh, I'm totally gonna do that. Come on, Grandpa Elf. I can take care of myself. I'm not a kid. I don't know what horrors you were talking about, but don't you worry about it, alright? Look after yourself. Alright, there's more important things to do. Return with the new story, if I am waiting. Okay, can I help you? Storyteller nods gratefully. I appreciate your offer. I have reason to believe that somewhere in Canabris there is a manuscript offered by an elf from Keonan who witnessed Earthfall. The storyteller's voice suddenly breaks, and he stops for a moment. For personal reasons, I would like to examine it, but no matter how hard I try, I have failed to find it, even in the Blackwing Library. I only found mention that the manuscript exists and is held somewhere in the city. I assume it's stored at the Grey Garrison. They wouldn't let me into the archive when I visited all those All those crusaders were nervous around the strange blind elf interested in their secrets. It's understandable. The crusade naturally made them a little paranoid. But now the Grey Garrison has fallen into enemy hands. I would be grateful if I could see the manuscript. Give a moment. I want to know more about you. The old elf permits himself a faint smile. I am not surprised. A strange, peculiar-looking elf with unnatural powers who comes from afar and calls himself a collection of stories. Such things usually spark some interest. I will answer your questions. Who are you and where are you from? Before, I would have said that I was a blacksmith from Keonan, who lost his sight and then found his true calling in a new craft, that of a story collector. But I have lately begun to suspect that those words are no more than a lie. The old elf chuckled sadly. It's quite the irony. I never thought I'd have cause to complain about my memory. It holds the stories of the entire world, but I've noticed more and more alarming signs recently. I encounter ancient stories and see myself in them. I don't remember these events, but stories cannot lie, so it means that my memory is lying, and I intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm looking for proof that my visions are true, and for the reason why my past has been hidden from me. All right. You look ancient. I thought elves didn't get old. The blind man straightens his bony back with dignity. As you can see, we do if we manage to live for many thousands of years. There may not be a single mortal in this world older than me. The storyteller sighs and continues with a sad smile. Anyway, it's not about time. It's about the stories I keep inside. There is so much suffering and sadness in this world, and in my stories too. I've lived every one of them. I've drunk this bitter experience and accepted it in my heart. It's hard, the weight of all this suffering on my shoulders, but I wouldn't trade my burden for any other. Where did you get your strange powers? The storyteller shrugs. I've always got along well with things. I used to be a blacksmith, that I know for sure. I've always felt the essence of things, their spirit, for as long as I can remember. I have always been able to feel the traces of memories and feelings left on things by their former owners. I don't know where this gift comes from. Maybe, having taken my sight, the gods granted me another sense. How do you see in the future? I cannot say. Such visions are new to me. My instinct has always worked toward the past, not the future. But some things change. Everything changes, so do I. Perhaps right now the stories that are yet to happen are more important than the ones that have happened already. Why did you come to the Worldlands? Searching for the truth about my real past has brought me here. I saw myself in others' stories. In them, I was called the elf in the tower. Now I'm looking for this tower, my tower, everywhere. I've been to many places. I've visited islands and deserts, but I haven't found it. There are very few uncharted territories on my map. The Worldlands is one of them. How do you collect stories? The same way a court philanderer collects his conquests. The way a healer has a personal cemetery of parents he failed to save. The way every person, including you, has a box of secret, most precious experiences deep down in their soul that no one is allowed to touch. The world is not made of things or matter even. It's made of stories. They move from the past to the future, piercing our world at the point of here and now. They give meaning to everything. They are the meaning, and everything else is only the setting required for stories to exist. There is nothing more real and alive than a story, and anything real and alive can die or be destroyed, distorted, forgotten. But as long as I carry these stories with me, they will not be lost. This is why I don't often share my stories. By sharing one with you, I give you the right to tell it to others, to distort and embellish it advertently or inadvertently. How can I be sure you will keep its original purity? Stories travel from one person to another. They change, become distorted, turn into tall tales. This is why I keep my stories to myself. It's like a shot at everybody who keeps going out of their way to remake games, movies, and so on, instead of making their own story or movie and so on. And every time they remake it, they keep trying to change a whole lot of it. I think the storyteller is pointing out the problem with that. Right. Because if people keep doing that, it encourages storytellers to just stop sharing their stories. And then nobody gets to enjoy them at all. And that's a problem. It causes stagnation in the world. I have no more questions. That's what you think. In fact, the world is full of amazing things, and you still have a lot of questions. They just haven't bubbled up to the surface of your consciousness yet. I mean, he's right. A few questions about our encounter in the Blackwing Library. Of course, I make no secret of why I came to the library. I was looking for something. What were you doing there? I was looking for a very old thing. Rumor has it, some ancient scroll or a book page about the times of Earthfall is held in Canabris. According to the legend, it describes the last days of the proud kingdoms of Keonan, later abandoned by the elves fleeing Galarian. I have a vague hope that the events described in it will shed some light on my past. Did you find what you were looking for? The storyteller shakes his head gloomily. Alas, no. But I found proof that the book I'm looking for is in Canabris. Or at least part of it is. I see. Thank you again for your help. I have to go. I wish you interesting adventures. Is there ever a time when an adventure is truly boring? If you don't call it an adventure, it's more of a like an errand. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here for now. Thank you to everybody who joined me on this run of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I'm gonna start streaming more Pathfinder regularly, at least once or twice a week. Try to really get some progress on this. Anyway, I'll see you all later. Till then, please take care.